Kia ora whānau, how's it going? It's Lewa here, Backyard Gardens, Kaitaki Marakai. Food sovereignty issues, food security issues, and finding solutions for that in our own backyards. I'm here in our backyard garden. What an awesome weekend we've had in regards to other kaupapa that's going on around the town. Yeah, I've just got something on my eye. Like most of us around Northland anyway, we've got a massive oversupply of these delicious little things over here, and those ones are behind me and the rest of the garden. What do you do with your leftovers with tomatoes other than feeding to the chickens? So what I'm going to be doing today is just having a little look at what I'm going to do. I've never done this before, so I've got an oversupply of tomatoes and I'm needing to figure out what to do with them. So I thought I would have a go at making up a tomato chutney and seeing what that tastes like. So follow on, watch what we're doing. This is how I'm doing it, and this is really about taking the supply of kai that we have. I've already given out some to the neighbours, delivered some tomatoes to the neighbours yesterday, and I've still got plenty over. So we're going to have a little go at making up a tomato relish, not a chutney if I said chutney earlier. Excuse me, a tomato relish. Alright, first thing you need to do is pick your tomatoes, and as you'll see down here, I've already started. Where is it? There it is. Look at those babies. Heaps of them. Hang on, I'll just grab one. Just look at that. So, grown. If I leave them, like these are ripe, and I can feel it nice and soft, it's just going to rot, and then I'll have to feed them to the hay to our chicken, which we are doing anyway. Just so much kai, what a blessing. And yeah, so I'm going to make up a tomato relish using our tomatoes. All right, happy gardening. Yeah, if you've been following us, you would have seen from my earlier videos, and this will have a link to my other previous videos. But this year we've had tomatoes along here. I've tried to trellis while supporting with the rope along this wall here, and the amount of tomatoes I've been getting off there has just been amazing. We've also used one, got the Tom Thumbs along this, just let it grown up to the wall, kind of our natural. So it's, you know, I've got tomatoes galore off that, and those are delicious. I've got my raised bed, utilising recycling space, so I've got beautiful tomatoes off there, and then I've just got a bit of a salt and pepper sprinkling of tomatoes around our mara, both out in the front and in the garden here. So I'm actually just going to go through and pick out tomatoes for my relish, and I've got some onions in here, so I'll grab some of those as I go along. But yeah, just really trying not to waste the tomatoes. I've been selling them at the market, I've been giving them away, and I gave away a whole lot yesterday, and you know, these guys are still coming through. So yeah, decided I'll have a go at making a relish and using all these lovely gems. Look at the colour, isn't that rich? Man, God's good. Rich colour. Obviously the green ones I'm not going to, but a bit of water damage. Yeah, tends to be a bit like that. You're coming through to the end of your season and everything starts ripening, and so you go from scarcity to plenty, and then back to scarcity again. So one way of doing that is the longevity of your fruit and vegetables. In this case our tomatoes, is we're going to preserve them by making a relish or a chutney, depending on what you want to do. Got some other things going on here. My broccoli, I need to plant out some, so they're coming along pretty good. These actually ready. Ooh, that's a big one. Oh, what's in here? Snake plant. I've got 2 of those. I can't remember planting these. They look like courgettes. Maybe. Yep, I think so. That'll shut off. Some kumara there. Leeks, small kumara, silverbeard. Yeah. Awesome, mate. Anyway, happy gardening. Doing a little bit each day. Probably do some planting tomorrow. And then a little bit there. Find out. Threw some seeds down in here a couple of weeks back. So I think I'm starting to see them. The shoots sort of starting to come up. Spring onions. Got kumara in here. Bit of a food forest. Mishmash of all the things. But I just go along as I need it, pick it out, like my spring onions. Anyway, that's a big matter. But it's getting off track. It's about tomatoes. So that's what I'm doing. Picking tomatoes, ready for cooking up a relish. Okay, see you inside. Side note, beekeeping. Used to have a lot of bees, hives down in Pumps North, and I'm just starting to get back into these. So as you'll see, I've got 2 hives on this site. I'm just letting them do their thing. I actually haven't had a look on this one or the other one for a little while now. But these are real docile bees. I'm not disturbing them. I'm able to walk around it. If it was really, really hot in the middle of the day, I probably wouldn't be standing right where I am now. But you get a feel, both for the sound of the bees and yeah. Look at that. That's beautiful. Do you know that if we got rid of the bees, over half the food supply in the world would disappear? Because these babies pollinate 50% of our food, which means that in 5 years' time, if the bees are all destroyed, humanity would die. We wouldn't survive. We'd have to find ways of pollinating ourselves. So we need to look after the bees, Fado. Care for our bees against varroa mite and American foul brood, particularly American foul brood. It's a massive disease that destroys our hives. Yeah. Anyway, that's a side note. Got some workers in there, foragers. Haha, love my bees. Look at these babies. Cherry tomatoes. I've just cut them. They're on the other side of the fence. Trying to get over there. Grabbed them. But anyway, let's try one. Good texture. Man, juicy as. Lots of water. Let's try another one. Look at them. Oh boy. I haven't watered them much, but they're full of juice, a lot of water, sweet. Yeah, had them in salads. We've been having on burgers, particularly the beefsteak ones, just cutting them up, and we're just liberal with them now on everything. Yeah, got some through the fence there and just trying to grab them. Delicious. Or funny. Tucky day. Here's the tomato harvest from my relish, tomato relish. That's it. Yeah, kia ora whānau. Well, now we're back into making our tomato relish. So here's my tomatoes. Here's my ingredients, it's obviously tomatoes. We need raw sugar. We're going to have apple cider, malt vinegar, as well as white vinegar. We're also going to have onions. We're going to have curry powder, utilising curry powder, and mustard powder. A bit of salt and pepper. But the first thing I'm going to do is now take the skin off the tomatoes, just chipping, cutting, square in the air, soaking in boiling water, and then eventually dice them up, both them and the onions, put them in a pot, cook them down, and then I'll be adding in some of these other ingredients. The curry powder and mustard powder will be mixed with some white vinegar, and the malt vinegar and apple cider. So I'll tell you that when I get into the other sizes, but we've got quite a bit. I'm using the Chelsea recipe for this, so it's based on increments of 800 grams of tomatoes, so obviously you just double the amounts for this recipe. Alright, that's me what I'm going to be doing right here, turning this into chutney. Relish. Okay, keep watching. But first part, take the skins off, put them in boiling water, then peel them off, dice them up with the onions, chuck them in a pot. So this bit here is not a very long one, so I've cut this piece of the skin and I'm setting them in boiling water for about a minute. I'm doubling the sizes, so I'm using 1600 grams, so yeah, we're just doubling everything because I've got so many for this first batch. Cool. And I think I put them in over a minute now, so I'm going to peel these. Think about peel. Right, skin's peeled off, and then I'm just dicing them up. So chop them in half, obviously getting rid of these bits, dice them, and then that will go into my pot. And I will probably put in 3.5 onions, peeled and diced as well. So I'll do that, and yeah, show you what I'm doing next. Can't wait. Hey, welcome back, whānau. Okay, here's my, I suppose the base mix of it. I've got 1.5 kilograms of tomatoes, peeled, diced, 3 onions, 4 cloves of garlic, finely diced up, so down in there, 2 cups of raw sugar, and a cup of apple cider. So I'm just going to bring that to the boil and then let simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, once that's getting through that process, I'll be making up a curry powder, mustard powder, and corn flour syrup using, I think it's a couple of tablespoons of apple cider, and then I'll add that in once it's simmered down and ready to go, and then that'll be the dish. Okay, so we're at, it's quite a bit. At the same time, I'm going to get my glasses or jars ready, and yeah, show you at the end what it looks like. Alright, hey, good luck. So there we go. I ended up with the 1.5 kilograms of tomatoes that I used for my relish. I ended up with five jars. Put a bit of pepper in. That's what the brown bit is, pepper. But yeah, tomato relish. It's lovely. Got a bit left over. Have it on crackers. One of the things that I might do next time is not in this batch that I'm making up, but I might replace the raw sugar with honey just to see what that tastes like. So now I'm just repeating. I've got these tomatoes left over, so I'm just going to repeat the process. Skin them, chop them out, cut up some garlic, onions and tomatoes, put them in the pot, put it in the vinegar and sugar, bring it boil for 20 minutes, make up my paste with corn flour, mustard powder and curry powder, so you get this kind of spicy sweet taste with the tomatoes and onions on it. Yeah, so that's what I've done with the surplus of my tomatoes. Even though I've still got some here, I'm just going to repeat the process again because the pot's only a certain size, although I could use a bigger one. But I've only got certain size materials, so I'm just repeating the process. Wash everything down, repeat the process. And so I get another 5. Yeah, awesome. Alright. It's what I'm done with my leftover or oversupplied tomatoes after giving them away. Making a relish, tomato relish for our crackers and whatever else, burgers. Awesome. Alrighty, take on it.